Dire team ban.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and after a long time of doing homework and stuff, I am officially back, and whoa, what is that noise? Oh boy, what's going on? Oh, right, it's put on repeat. My bad. Sorry, after a long time of doing homework and stuff and not casting, I'm back. I'm finally back doing casting stuff, and we're actually in a JoinDota League game. This is Season 2 of the JDL, almost decent versus the Sundal Killerboard Killers. The Sunder Killerboard Killers. Just gonna pretend I pronounced that right. And yeah, we're jumping into this game. So I'm not sure what patch the captain's mode is on. I think everything got updated because there was a patch 6.8.1 or 6.81. I think it's 6.81. But that patch just recently came out, and I'm not sure if that's been migrated to captain's mode immediately or if it's going to take the step-by-step thing like it usually does. And we'll be able to find out here very soon.
Radiant team.
And yeah, okay, wow, okay, that's a first. Alright, so basically the patch came into the game, and then now the patch applies immediately to captain's mode, which is actually pretty darn awesome. And the way I can tell is because of Vision's Aura. And the reason why that's important is because Coddle is first banned by the Thunderbolt Killers. And if you guys have not been following Dota for a little bit, kind of like how I haven't, I had the benefit of reading the patch notes in the video. Go check it out, it's freaking awesome. But if you haven't been paying attention to Dota for a little bit, like, you know, between 6.8 and 6.81, basically they changed a lot of things. And the whole entire meta has been officially shifted to where Coddle is first ban worthy. And that is totally a legit thing because, guys, Coddle is gonna be awesome. I just can't wait to see all this stuff. I just can't wait to see all the awesome happen in this game. But yeah, he's banned out. Basically, he gets the Aggro Scepter, he becomes a Day Stalker instead of a Night Stalker. It's pretty awesome. He gets some additional buffs as well. Ember Spirit banned out for obvious reasons. People still don't like the fact that he does a lot of damage, and they did do a slight little nerf to him, but it wasn't enough to stop him from being as obnoxious.
Reserve time.
Dazzle's still banned out. I think his potential to be a super powered negative armor strat type thing is still pretty scary, so he's banned out, and also his Shallow Grave is always useful. And Invoker's still banned out, not nerfed enough according to everybody here currently. As far as the picks though, we got a Vigil Spirit first pick on the side of almost decent, and an Ancient Apparition first pick. I think A got a buff, or no, he got a nerf to his Chilling Touch. But despite the nerf to his Chilling Touch, which before was a negative 15 attack speed slope, now it's a negative 20 on his allies. Despite his nerfs, he's still going to get picked up because, I mean, his ulti's still quite useful when team fights break out, especially once he gets Aghanim Scepter. And on the side of Sunbro Killers, they got an Axe and a Lion pickup. Now, I don't know if Axe got any Axe got a slight nerf, I think. Axe got a slight nerf. You can think of it as a nerf, you can think of it as a buff. But basically his counter helix is now on pseudo-random, or pseudo-random timing, or pseudo-random chance. Basically what it means is that the first time it procs, like the first time it checks, like he takes damage and then it checks to see if he's going to get a counter helix, it does a 17%, like it checks it, and if it doesn't work then it adds to a counter that gives like a little bonus, so it goes from 17% to 34% the next time he gets attacked, and then it checks, and if it doesn't proc then it adds another counter to it, another 17%, so it goes from 34% to whatever 17 plus 34% is, and then it keeps doing that until it eventually gets to 100%, where it's going to guarantee an even distribution across the board, because the chance is going to get more and more, it's going to be a higher chance that he gets a proc if he doesn't actually get a proc. And it's going to get a lower chance of him getting continuous procs because the chance gets higher and higher and higher. So it's not truly random, but it's more balanced through across the board. Like if you do it across a long interval, it's going to be just as random as if you took a random, like a purely random system, and did that across a long span of attacks. The only difference is that the truly random one, you can easily have runs where like if you look at that extremely long run of procs, if you look at the first half, you can possibly have like 10 times as more procs as if you did in the last half, but it's still random, or like over a long time period, it's still completely 17% random, or random chance of 17%. Anyway, that's a little too technical, my bad guys, I didn't mean to get that technical on you, but that's how it works. Basically, it's on pseudo random chance now, it was on completely purely random system, so now we shouldn't see as many procs so fast, like 7 spins in a row. That's happened to me before. And I was on the receiving end, it's not fun. As far as Lion goes, I think he got a buff somewhere, but I don't remember. I think his Frog got a buff. Yeah, the mana cost was reduced or something like that. I don't too terribly remember. I can't remember exactly. I gotta go brush up on my past notes again. But as far as the other bands, Bristleback's banned out, Mirana's banned out, Abaddon is an interesting band, and Viper's an interesting band as well. Abaddon got he got a nice little buff. His ulti now does a nice little AoE of healing once he gets to Aghanim Scepter. Or it doesn't do healing, it does an AoE of damage reduction by 35%, which is pretty awesome. I foresee a lot of situations in the future where Abaddon's picked up purely to keep his allies alive, as opposed to just trying to be like a pure, like, oh, I'm Abaddon, I got super ulti power, so you can't focus me, so I'm going to be as threatening as possible. I dare you to use all your nukes on me, kind of thing. He's going to be more like, oh no, my ally's in a little bit of trouble. Even though I'm full HP as Abaddon, I'm going to pop my ulti to help my ally stay alive. So that's going to be awesome to see, but sadly, we won't see it this game. Moving over to the next one. Okay, actually this is game number 2. Yes, this is actually game number 2. Almost Decent has won the first game, so they came out victorious. It was probably some coddle shenanigans. I don't really know, guys. I apologize for coming into this series late, but I didn't know about it till like 30 minutes ago. So yeah, Almost Decent is up by 1. The Sunbro Killers is gonna be behind by a little bit. I think this is going to be going by the same rules as the last JoinDota League, where this is all a best of 2 series. So this is the last game in the series, regardless of who wins. But like I said, Abaddon's banned out. Mirana and Bristleback. Bristleback got a nerf, not a nerf. He got a buff. His something got buffed with him. His Warpath stacks. His Warpath stacks got buffed, where it doesn't stack as much initially, but it stacks a lot more if you keep spamming your abilities. So the Bristleback who spams a bunch of abilities gets rewarded a lot more. That's going to be freaking awesome to see. And Mirana, I don't know if she got a buff or a nerf. Let's assume that she didn't get anything. She's just banned out for obvious reasons. Arrow annoying as crap. Moving over to the picks, Almost Decent decided to pick up the Centaur Warrunner, and they picked up a puck. I do still like Centaur Warrunner, despite his recent nerf, which his nerf has been his mana cost for his stomp. I think they made it flat. It used to be before on Centaur Warrunner that his stomp cost like 85 mana and then it built up to 130 per level, and they just put it a flat 130. Said nope, you're not getting any more. So he got that nice little nerf to himself, but that's really about it. Still a very solid offlaner, still has a lot of HP, still has a very good stun, and I don't think we're going to see any shift to him just yet. People are going to still be experiments with the other people, such as the other people who got buffs that have stuns that I can't remember off the top of my head. I was going to name one, but I can't. I apologize, guys. My apologies. I didn't do it on purpose. I promise. Moving over to the last pick on Almost Decent before we go over to the Dire side, or Radiant side, on the Thunderball Killers. I was calling them the Killers. They picked up a puck, which puck is, I don't know, did puck receive a buff? I just need to have the patch notes up. Let's see, go to patch notes. Yep, 6.81, that was the last patch. I was going to hold the patch notes up so I can see relevant things, because I can't remember everything off the top of my head, which makes it a little bit sad, because I can usually remember most of these things. But yeah, Puck, she gets picked up. Nice initiator, nice mid. Gonna be as annoying as all get out because that's what Puck does. And Lycan surprisingly getting picked up. He's received a nerf. I know he received a nerf. I just don't know what it is.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, Lycan receives a nerf. Shapeshift no longer gives him bonus HP, which means that he can no longer make some fantastical escapes. That is one beautiful thing about his ulti that I loved, especially when it came to ability draft. It gave him a free 300 HP at max level, which can be the difference between you surviving and you dying. So it's going to be really, really, really nice. I'm sorry, it's going to be a really nice thing to stop his aggression. Like, he can't be so balls out anymore. But it shouldn't hurt him that much as a hero because he still has that max movement speed. He still can't be slowed. He still has his familiar still getting that crazy movement speed, and it's going to be really nice to see how that works out for him, especially in this game, because this will be my first game since the patch to cast. So, even though the patch has been out for a while. Gyrocopter, he received a buff. Yeah, he received the buff. His homing missile now takes a lot more hits to destroy at max levels, and his homing missile now hits invisible units. That's one of his buffs. He still picked up because he's a really nice carry. His flat cannon is always an issue, and I don't see Gyrocopter falling out of the meta anytime soon either. I mean, he kind of took a back seat to all the other people's, like, I can't, what other carries came about? He kind of took a back seat to the, you know, he never really fell in the meta either. People just kind of use him as a reliable carry. Like, Luna and Gyro are still staples as far as carries go. I was trying to say that people started picking Anti-Mage more, but they kind of still ignore Anti-Mage, which makes it a little bit sad. Oh, Lifesteal, he's another one. Okay, Lifesteal, thank you. Thank you, Bans. The killers ban out a Lifestealer, but he's more solid staple than a Gyrocopter, especially as a recent. But moving to the last pick on the side of the killers, we see Undying as their last pick. And he received a buff too. There were a lot of buffs received and a lot of nerfs received, guys. So forgive me if I missed a whole bunch of stuff. And also, speaking of missing things, I missed the Warlock pickup on the side of the killers. Warlock's still a solid person. I think his upheaval got a little bit of a buff. Something like that. I think his upheaval got a buff. I can't really tell too much off the top of my head, but it doesn't really matter, guys, because we'll see how this game plays out. All we gotta say as far as the synergy between teams, I think the synergy on the side of AD is a little bit more late game oriented because of Gyrocopter, whereas TSK, they can be really aggressive really early, and we're gonna see a lot of fun things hopefully happen from their perspective. So we might see some action early on. Don't know until the fat lady sings and or dies. So let's go and do introductions. Start off on the side of the Radiant, which is TSK. On this X, we have ourselves XY on him. Moving on to this line, we see XU on line, and on this Warlock we see Seligi on him. On this Lycan we see XQ, and last but not least on this Undying we see Viba, and that ends all of the callouts. And already we got reports dialogue. I assume he's playing a mid Warlock. I haven't seen that in a while either.
Seconds remaining.
Moving to the side of AD, which I forgot what their team name stood for already. We see Slash on that Gyrocopter. On this Vincel Spear we see Beyblade. Let it rip. On that VS. On this Centaur Warrunner we see EGE. And on this Ancient Apparition, which I totally thought I clicked on, but I didn't. There we go. Ancient Apparition we see Okke-Virtahepo. Oh, okay. Okke-Virtahepo. Yeah, I'll just call you okay. And last but not least, on this Puck we see Pergentil
This is quite
Bingo
exciting.
Master.
Invisibility.
Pergento Bingo Master. Pergenta Bingo Master. I feel like I just offended somebody in a different language. But nonetheless, we got that Puck here with that awesome outfit. Check it out, guys. So much Puck swag. It's not even funny. Well, it is kind of funny because Puck is a fairy / dragon. So that means she's a vampire like Edward from Twilight. That's right, guys. Be offended. Okay. My bad, I had some lag on my part. My bad. But everything is good. I hope my internet is stable enough to do all this. It should be. So there you go, guys. The lanes, or people have been called out. Let's go and call out these lanes because up top I'm already seeing something slightly interesting. We got an Undying and Lion versus a tri-lane of some sort with Gyrocopter, Vincel Spirit, and an Ancient Apparition. I do foresee the Undying and Lycan able to kill Gyrocopter very easily, despite all the control and all the stuns on the side of the Dire to try to prevent that. Because, I mean, between Lion and Undying, they should be able to have more than that. Oh, man, actually, I hope we see a wrap-on gank. Vincel Spirit is going to come around the corner, throws out the Magic Missile. We got the already one decay thrown out. Gotta come throw out the Rocket Barrage because it does a lot of damage. Rocket Barrage will be back online in a few seconds. Chilling Touch already used. Undying trying to run as fast as he possibly can. Pops a Healing Style to run the other way. He's getting ready to tackle right on through the middle. He's going to go and says, bro, put me in. I'm ready for the kill. He's going to be taking a bunch of damage. Lion coming from the backside. Beautiful Earth Spike. Keeping his ally alive. Undying took the wrong turn and died. If he would have kept going, he would have made it. But Lion looks like he won't be able to make it either. XU will be losing his life here, and it looks like AD going on to a very nice start. Almost a really nice escape coming out from Undying. The only thing is that he took a wrong turn. Like, instead of going through that, like, he thought he was going to keep getting pursued. Instead of going through there, he should have just went straight down and possibly try to juke around the corner to the secret shop. So too much thinking on top of the jukes. That's really what it led to. And looks like they're going to try to come and contest this pool, which they definitely can. They got the Tombstone available now. So luckily for AD, they did not have, or they weren't going to get Undying with the Tombstone, but now they are, so they need to be a little bit careful. And I'm trying to think of what other buff Undying received. I don't think it was anything from Decay. Might have been a mana decrease. Nah, it's always 70. It's always too expensive. Moving on mid, we see a wild Warlock versus Puck, and this is actually very interesting because last word, I think that got a buff. It does more damage, or it lasts longer, something like that. But anyway, last word, a little bit more spammable. Puck can't really do anything but just dodge like a few ticks of that. She's going to be pretty ticked off because of it. I know, guys, I'm clever. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, we got Axe versus Centaur Warrunner. It's actually a very interesting matchup because neither of them can really die that easily. I think Centaur has a high chance of killing Axe, but at the same time, if Axe gets some lucky spins, which is likely not to happen anymore, he can still easily kill Centaur. Meanwhile, mid, we got the rotation of a gank, Vincent Spirit plus Ancient Apparition coming in to kill themselves a Wild Warlock, and Warlock sadly not going to be able to claim that kill on top of this puck. So, Bingo Master, gonna have a little bit of fun staying out in lane, being survivable and all, whatnot. You know, just sitting here with my wings, flying, not dying. That's what puck is thinking right now. My bad I'm missing that kill, guys, but that was a nice rotation coming up from the supports. Meanwhile, on top, Lion and Undying, they're looking to go for something. I don't really know what they can actually go for, especially considering that they died in such a comical way very early on. Once Undying has 2 points in Tombstone, he should be fine. But even still, and the only reason why I say that is because the radius on Tombstone is pretty crappy, level 1. It's only a 400 radius. It goes to a 600 radius, which is actually really nice. And to put all that in perspective, for all those who don't know, Vengeful Spirit's attack range is 400. So the basic idea, and also I think Magic Missile range is 400 or something like that, maybe 450. The distance that you can use it from. So keeping all that in mind, Tombstone level 2 is important because CulBlu has a cough. Alright guys, I was joking. Tombstone level 2 is important because if Vengeful Spirit does toss a Magic Missile, she'll still be getting slowed by the zombies. So it's going to be really nice for, it's going to be really big benefit for Undying to have 2 points in that before they start getting aggressive. So he's official level 3. He decides to go for 2 points of Decay instead. He wants to go for that Decay spam, which is equally good. Undying has crappy HP. Vengeful Spirit, she's not a strength hero. And Gyrocopter, he wants to keep his HP intact as well, I guess. I still prefer to see more points of Tombstone. Meanwhile, mid, we got Slog on that Warlock, forcing Puck to back away with that Haste Rune plus them Shadow Words. Throwing out them words. I find it kind of weird because it's like Warlock is whispering into your ear that you should commit suicide. That's totally what's happening. Oh yeah, one last person I forgot to talk about was Lycan, who's hanging out in the jungle with his bros, and by bros I mean wolves, because his wolves are all bros, wolves. They're wolves. They're bro wolves. Yeah, bro wolves. But he should be able to get his farm pretty safely. Nobody has rotated into the jungle to gank yet, and I'm actually surprised that of that coming from the supports. Speaking of rotations, we got Vengeful Spirit plus Ancient Apparition rotating in to try to kill a lion. The ulti comes out for Centaur Warrunner. Warlock's in a little bit of trouble. Gets hit with the Magic Missile. Beautiful combination. Dead Warlock is dead. Nothing he could do but sit there and just whisper into somebody's ear. Meanwhile, on top, what is going on? Undying is going to drop that Tombstone. Frog is used on top of Gyrocopter. There's going to be 2 sets of zombies chasing on top of this Gyrocopter. Actually, no, it's Tombstone level 1. My bad. But Gyrocopter is going to be coming close to death. There's one right click. Earthspike going to be able to finish him off. So nice play coming out from these guys. 2 points of Tombstone would have made that a lot easier. Just going to go ahead and say it, guys. Just going to go ahead and say that. My bad, CulBlu. Or my bad, guys. CulBlu got to beat a dead horse. Because animal abuse is not condoned here. Unless it's Chaos Knight. Warlock in a little bit of trouble. Already threw a preemptive heal, drops a rock. He's gonna try to go for the nice little illusion room. Not gonna be able to get it. It gets bottled up by Puck, and now Warlock is in a little bit of trouble. He drops his ulti in a sweet little pickle. Sadly, no kills gonna be coming of this, and his ulti will be officially on cooldown for another 3 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal. At least he didn't die. It's a big thing. At least both sides use their ulti. The only difference is that Puck's ulti is way lower, and Vengeful Spirit survived. So Warlock's gonna be a little bit sad about that. But he can push his tower a little bit harder because the Warlock Golem is alive. Gonna be using that flame, or that immolation, to kill these creeps and just harass Puck a little bit. So it's a nice pushing power coming up for Warlock. Meanwhile, down bottom, Centaur and Axe punching each other very profusively, trying to see who will win this man fight. And I think, guys, in all technicalities, Axe should be able to win this man fight. Centaur should be able to win the Centaur fight. So it's going to be very difficult to say who's going to win. Actually, Centaur pops it ulti. They're going to go for a gank on top. We got Vengeful Spirit throwing out the Magic Missile. Lion in trouble. Beautiful Earth Spike. The Tombstone's already dropped down. Lion walks into the call down. Does die. Vengeful Spirit loses his life as well. Undying says, bro, let's go for it. You want to rock? Let's go. He's going to go ahead and drop himself a few more right clicks on top of Gyrocopter. Sadly, the Tombstone's... Tombstone's level 3. Sadly, the Tombstone was not in range enough, or not swag enough, to kill the Gyrocopter. Flat Cannon OP. Please nerf. But I hear Lycan. Oh man, Lycan pops that wolf. He's gonna go for kill on top of this enchant person. It should be one click. That's all he needs. Does get it with both of the wolves. Gonna take up some tower shots with those wolves. And now Warlock comes around the corner, throws out the nice little heal. Throws a heal instead on top of his ally. Very good idea. Vision Spirit's gonna be in the trees. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Warlock ulti should be on off cooldown another 70 seconds, which he really wishes he had it right now. But he's gonna be going down. Random missile falls, and he has no chance of escaping right now. Puck shows up as well, just to make things a little bit worse. Slog gonna try to do some jukes. Throws out the nice little shackles. But not going to be enough. Not going to be enough to scare these guys away. And speaking of scaring people away, we got Centaur getting hunted by a wild axe. Axe is like, bro, I want your axe. They're going to go for kill. Oh, axe is just going to be obnoxious. Going to do some creep skipping, as they call it sometimes. Just pulling the creeps towards the ancients.
He's under fire.
And he kills creeps. See guys, you can do this on the dire side too. Just a lot more dangerous because this little divot right here. Like going from high ground to low ground is so danger. It's not even funny. Region Rune down bottom. I tried to ping it, but it won't let me. There we go. Region Rune down bottom is going to be picked up by that Lycanthrope, which is going to be nice because I think he's... No, he doesn't need it. He's going to pick it up. He has a bottle? What? When did that happen? My bad, guys. Let me take a look at these items because I haven't been looking at them. Oh wait, hold. Centaur War when the ulti gets used, they're gonna go down bottom. Ancient Persian plus plus Centaur trying to go on top of Axe. Axe will officially be going down. Ancient Persian does pick up the kill. Lycan is around the corner, trying to get his kill on top of the Centaur. Not gonna be able to get enough because too much HP is getting, or too much HP is up on that guy. Meanwhile, on top, simultaneously, Gyrocops gets murdered by the Radiant, and I think it's a much better trade on the side of the Radiant because Gyrocopter bigger deal late game. This mid game, and if you kill a Centaur, or sorry, if you kill an Axe, it's not going to be that big of a deal. The pushing power is still there with the Lycanthrope, and Undying still has that crazy, for some reason, unkillability, or he's unkillable. Essentially, when his team fights Super Breakout, actually, hold on, before I talk about that, we got Ancient Persian ulti getting used at the perfect time. They're going to try to go for kill on top of something. Gyrocops needs to immediately do damage. They will officially be going for the kill on top of Undying. He goes down, but Tombstone's dropped already. Meanwhile, Gyrocops is getting zapped in the face by the Lion. Axe throws out a nice little taunt, catches only one person. He has his ulti available. He will be able to use on top of VS. Nice little swat coming from Vision Spirit. Clutch plays are clutch. Beyblade might be able to survive. Going to be getting mauled by the zombies. Does not die by neutral. Instead, gets killed by everything. Meanwhile, Axe is around the corner. He's trying to go for kill on top of something. He has a blink dagger available. Puck is in the trees, gets smashed in the face with that axe. And Ancient Persian, he's gonna be next. He gets smashed in the face as well. 2 people dead. Axe, beautiful blink dagger. I did not realize he had one, but nice little plays coming up from XY. TSK showing you guys how to do that mid game. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Lycan and Centaur, just having a nice little chat. The wolves and the Centaur. They're both like half animal, half dudes. Because Lycan is like a wolf man, and Centaur is like a horseman. Horseman? Wolfen? Man-wolf? Man-wolf. I shall call you Man-wolf.
Dire's middle tower is
Middle tower taking a little bit of damage. Lycan has the resummon on the wolf, so he's okay with this. He doesn't want to waste his wolves. But the backdoor protection does not exist on that tier 1 tower, so that's actually pretty fine. Meanwhile, Vladimir's offering is up on top of Lycan. I forgot to call that out, but it is available. And up top, we got Axe versus Gyrocops. The Gyrocops getting slapped in the face, slammed on the ground once again. Centaur Warner blinks forward like 2 steps forward. Those are his nice little stomp. Misses completely. Ancient Persian ulti gonna be able to finish off the Axe. And now we got somebody about to die on the side. That is an Undying, not living up to his name, very sadly. Meanwhile, Warlock is in a little bit of trouble, getting caught with the Ancient Persian ulti. Now he's getting caught with that Puck ulti. Earth Spike comes off a Lion, not gonna be able to hit that Puck. And the Tombstone fight is gonna be happening. This is not what you want to have happen. Never fight inside of a Tombstone, guys, because it's a very dangerous thing to do. Centaur Warrunner trying to run away. They will be forced back. Lion has an Earth Spike available, trying to get into range. Not gonna be able to find it. Centaur does blink away just in time. And Ancient Persian, he's gonna be able to juke away around the other corner. Missile coming towards Lycan, or missile coming towards Lion. Lion shouldn't be in that much danger. Oh my gosh, Lion might be in danger. The missile's gonna be coming forward. Centaur stomps, and that's a dead Lion. Nice little plays coming out from these guys. And a scrappy play coming out from both sides. I still think the advantage late game is going to go to AD, regardless of what happens. Actually, no, take it back. We got a beautiful ulti coming up from Warlock. Going to be able to catch a Centaur. Sadly, no kill's going to happen just yet. Centaur a little bit too much HP, and then Mr. Rock is on cooldown. But the ulti was still pretty darn sweet. Vision Spirit going to swap that Centaur into the base, just to make sure he gets on with himself. Meanwhile, on top, Axe once again dunking Gyrocops into the ground. You can tell by the blood splatters that I see right here. If I was Dexter, I'd be like, so somebody obviously took a blunt object, and they hit him right here, and then they hit him again because the blood splattered this way and that way, and all over here.
Double damage.
But for the most part, though, Axe is doing what he should be doing. This is how Axe should be played. Very aggressively, very recklessly, and very, very swaggily. Because that is definitely a word.
Dire's top tower isn't well.
But the Vengeance Spirit has no points inside of her Vengeance Aura, which I'm actually kind of sad because I want to see that Vengeance Aura.
Dire's top tower was utterly destroyed.
I want to see if he has his Vengeance Aura get used on somebody, but sadly they're maxing out the Wave of Terror, which is just trying to go for the quicker negative damage as opposed to going for that bonus, or quicker negative armor instead of going for that extra bonus damage. Axe blinking forward, looking for something, not going to be able to find anything. Lion is around the corner. He will be able to find himself a wild Gyrocopter, which this will be like the sixth time Gyrocopter dies. Now what you want to have happen, since our Warner ulti gets used, not going to be enough. Axe does throw out the taunt. Beautiful ulti coming up from Lion. Gyrocopter drops his ulti. They do get the kill. They do turn the fight. Nice little plays coming up from these guys. Nice response coming up from everybody. Beautiful swap from Vengeful Spirit. That is what saved his life. Gyrocopter should be very, very appreciative. Meanwhile, Lycan is doing Roshan. He does get scouted out. Oh, wow, okay, never mind. So Roche about to be getting killed by the Ancient Apparition Blast, which would be pretty amazing.
Immortality.
Sadly, it's not. Lycan picks up the Aegis. Easy peasy, Lycan easy. And Centaur gonna go check the Roche pit just cause he's a horse. Man horse. He's a Satyr. Centaur. No, he's a Centaur, right? That's his name, Centaur Warrunner. Huh. Huh. Oh, this is awkward. Alright, but anyway. Moving over to everything else that's happening in the map that's grand and awesome. We see the items getting built up. Undying already has a Pipe of Insight, which is a testament of how well his early game was. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter, he's not really sitting on anything impressive. He's trying to work on Helmet Dominator. He's actually getting chased. He's going to be getting nice little sandwich going on. He does get taunted by the Axe. And guess who's going to drop that ulti? Of course, Axe is going to dunk him into the ground. Dead Frog is dead. Dead. And they're going to just go ahead and push off this. I would not be surprised if Axe decided to build an Axe this game. Because he's definitely helping his team get that lead that they need. He already has 5 kills, 1 assist, 3 deaths to his name, but not that big of a deal, especially considering how YOLO he's been this whole entire game. And on the other side, you have Centaur Warrunner, which is his counterpart. He only has 1 kill and 5 assists. So they're kind of going toe to toe. Ooh, speaking of going toe to toe, we got somebody up top. Lycan. Somebody down bottom. Lycan gonna be going down. Aegis does get popped. He can't pop his ulti once he comes out of it though. So he gets silenced out by Puck. It's 5 seconds for his ulti. He officially goes down. Not what you want to have happen. He's officially dead. Meanwhile, top, the push is strong with these ones. They're going to try to kill his top tower. The pinks do come on the map. Axe is ready to blink forward. Gonna go and blink forward. Catches the puck. Centaur Warrunner ulti comes through, but it's not going to be enough. Centaur does come in. Beautiful stun. Beautiful Warlock ulti trying to start the fight over. Pipe of Insight already gets used. Gyrocopter, they're not doing jack squat to these guys, and that is a dead person. Excuse me. I think Ancient Person just got somebody just got murdered by the Soul Rip. And we got the slow coming off from Warlock trying to keep his Vengeance Spirit slowed down. Not going to be able to find her. Not gonna be able to find a kill at least. And I heard the Ancient Person ulti fly through as well, but I didn't see where it went. Vengeance Spirit biting off a little bit more than she can chew. She's trying to go make sure these guys shoot away. And she's officially going to be getting burned to death. Forces that magic missile, and no man, actually, I think she might die. I don't know, guys. It's gonna be pretty close. VS living life on the edge, trying to collect that 100 gold. Trying her hardest to collect that 100 gold. Speaking of 100 gold, if you look at the gold grab, we see that TSK have the advantage. I think what they said before, the AD did win that first game, so TSK are definitely dominating right now in the middle game. But this is kind of what we expected to see, especially considering how hard they shut down Gyrocopter. But their middle game is significantly better than AD's middle game. AD's middle game really relies on how well Centaur or Ancient Apparition and the OX are. We got somebody coming forward. Somebody gets turned into a frog. I saw it. Oh man, wow. Okay, I can't really tell you guys what's happening because Lion is officially dead. Lycan is going to be in a little bit of trouble, trying to force to run away. Warlock ulti is going to be up at 87 seconds. Axe comes forward, tries to go full man mode, gets Frost cold feet right at the very end of it. So it's almost like he's coming to his own wedding day, but he's officially forced to run away. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Gyrocopter is getting that much needed farm. I'm very, very happy to see this. Slash does not need to be involved in these team fights at all. Because this team desperately needs him to collect his farm. In whatever ways he possibly can. They need him to have the Manta Style. They need him to have the Yasha. They need him to be all that he could possibly be. Because they're really going to need help. Axe, especially because of that Axe. Such an annoyance. Meanwhile, Centaur comes forward, blinks, stuns on top of Undying. Undying did get the pipe off, and now he goes up to a nice little tombstone. Meanwhile, Fice comes on his corner. Axe drops the ulti already. Coldfeet is getting propped on top of him very soon. Not going to be able to land. Gyrocopter taking so much damage. He's officially going to be going down. Somebody's down around the corner. That is a Lycan versus a Undying. Or sorry, Vengeance Spirit versus a Lycan and Undying. She officially loses her life.
Dire's bottom tower has
That's actually kind of funny, because Undying was not liking the fact that she was alive. Get it, guys? Undying wasn't liking the fact that she... Okay, guys, I'll stop. I'm sorry. Axe comes forward, blinks, not going to be able to catch anybody. Centaur Warrunner looking like he wants to get himself a nice little stomp on top of Axe's face. But Axe looks like he wants to get a nice little dunk on top of Centaur's face, so I'm not sure who's going to win this fight, guys. But if I had to put my money on somebody, I would definitely put my money on Axe. Because, I mean, have you seen this guy's kill, death, and assist? Just saying. So items that I haven't talked about that I actually kind of went home before we talk about Centaur Warrunner, ulti comes forward, he throws out the stomp, throws out a nice little bit of damage on top of this Lion, not gonna be able to get it. Lion drops his ulti on top of, immediately on top of Puck. Puck drops a Dream Coil, nobody's sadly running away. Garkov's ulti flies through, finally, not gonna be able to catch anybody except for Lycan, and Lycan might be going down. And Garkov to keep himself alive just with that light steal. Ancient Prison got himself a double kill. Beautiful stomp coming from Centaur Warrunner. It's like almost like they had a vacuum. I think Warlock has an Aghanim Scepter, but it doesn't really matter. The fight does go in favor of AD because they had Defender's advantage. And I think that was a little bit of overzealousness coming out from TSK, but they still had the lead. They still had the lead quite significantly, but they had to be very careful because Gyrocopter, he still is Gyrocopter. His flat cannon does still hit 5 people, and his flat, or actually hits everybody. My bad. His flat cannon does still hit everybody who's involved in that AOE, and his flat cannon does still hurt quite a bit. So we see AD, like I said, they're trying to scrap their way back into this game. They're pretty far behind. Warlock is already working on a refresher. I think that's a sign. Oh, actually, no, it's a jump. It's about to say, man, this Warlock, so baller. Almost got himself a refresher. But he did go for the jumps instead for that survivability. I'm cool with that. Moving on to the other items, we see Lion doesn't really have much of anything, which we don't expect to see him have much. He is buying all the wars for his team after all. And his team actually is ahead, so it's actually sitting pretty luxurious with that Earner Shadows. Moving on to the rest of the items, we got Omen Hole, we got the fight coming out. Centaur Warrunner throws out the ulti. Gonna try to see if he can catch anybody. Nobody is gonna be getting caught except for the wolves, because the wolves are bad. Battle Wolves. X comes forward, throws out the blink, or sorry, throws out the taunt, catches a Vengeance Spirit, pops himself a Blade Mail immediately. The stun comes out on top of Lion. Lion a little bit jump, might be getting focused down. He's gonna throw out the Earth Spike. He gets caught in the middle of Garkov's ulti. Not what you want to happen. Beautiful spot coming up from Vengeance Spirit, keeping our ally alive. Lycan drops it ulti. I heard it, but I can't see where he's at. He's actually quite far back. Not really going for any kills. They're gonna go for towers instead, and I think somebody's trying to kill people. They're just pinging everything, saying, "Bro, kill building, screw them." And that's actually really good focus. Really good thinking coming out from TSK. They got the Raxus and they backed off. They did not overstay their welcome. This is what we should see more and more of, especially when you're talking about games where people start playing for money and stuff. But don't overstay your welcome, guys. You don't have to stay in the base and kill everybody. Just kill the towers, kill the Raxus if you can, and then back away. It's okay to keep them alive for now. You'll kill them later. So the push on top is going to happen. I think Roshan is back up too, so Lycan might be looking to go for that very soon. Those Boots of Travels are one of the items that he has been having that I haven't talked about much, but it is a really nice item for him to have. And now he's working on his Necro book, because Necro book is the funnest book to read ever. So between Axe and Lycan, I think between Axe and Lycan, right? Between those two, I think they've done more than enough to help their team pretty much solidify the fact that they can still, or that they have this game in the bag. The only thing they have to worry about though is that if they lose, I think if they lose like maybe 3 team fights at this point, if they lose 3 team fights in the row, they might be in a little bit of trouble. Vengeance Spirit does officially have her Vengeance Aura up, which means that the negative aura will be affecting people who try to kill her. So that's going to be good for her and her team as far as stymieing the push a little bit. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter, he's working on a BKB. Doesn't really have any true damage. I don't like an MKB or a Yasha up yet. So that's going to be a slight delay. Centaur Warrunner has that Blink Dagger and nothing else to his name, which is actually quite an issue. Especially when he initiates the fights. He wants to stay alive as long as he possibly can. I think he desperately needs some armor. Vengeance Spirit SWAT comes through. They're going to go for a kill. On top of Vengeance Spirit, they, popping a few abilities already. Warlock drops the ulti, trying to kill the Vengeance Spirit. Beyblade will be officially losing a life. And I think the negative aura goes to Warlock. So 12% damage reduction by everybody and everything and a giant AoE. He can't really do anything but just deal with it. Gyroco's ulti comes through. It's going to be slowing down, or hitting on top of every piece of creep and every piece of thing that was left over. Gyroco's trying to get some flat cannons to go through. Not going to be enough. XY. Gonna get hit with the stun. Gyrocops gets turned into a froggy, and that's gonna be a dead Gyro. Easiest kill of their life. Axe ulti flies through for the dunk, and now Centaur and Puck come forward. Axe throws on a nice little taunt. Gonna be catching Centaur. I think he might be getting dunked as well. They're gonna go for dunk. Does dunk too early. Sadly, he gets hung on the rim, guys. Now we got Centaur Warner running away from his own base just to run away from these guys. Axe does officially go down. Meanwhile, the fight's going to happen on the back corner. Ancient Person plus Puck are trying to shoot everybody off the base. The cold feet flies on top of Lycan. Lycan forced to run away. Puck trying to get the body blocks. Not going to be able to find him. And that's going to be it for her because she's officially getting slapped in the face by somebody who's not really alive or dead right now. Mechanism does get popped. Stun falls from Business Grade. They're going to try to go for a kill. Pipe of Insight does get used. And there we go. Puck and crew can easily kill some. Actually, no, they can't. Nah, it's too much here. Axe comes forward, blinks forward, gets an easy kill on top of that Vengeance Spirit. And he now officially carries the negative aura. As it's still 12%, it's only 1 point put inside of it. But I think TSK have successfully launched the strategy. And it's officially not really much that AD can do. I can't say they're completely hopeless, but I mean, there's still a chance. GG well played comes off of the Spirit. They're going to go ahead and tap out. And the victory does go to TSK. And boom goes the Ancient, guys. That is it for this game. That is it. It's all done. It's all kaput. The series ends in 1-1. AD won the first game. TSK won the second game. Sadly, I only caught the second game, but it's still a pretty awesome game. I'd like to see that, or I like the fact that TSK went for the strategy that they went for. Just showing you guys that the push is still strong. You can nerf it all you want, but Lycan is still the master of the world. Just saying. Just saying. So anyway, that is it for this game, guys. My name is CulBlu. I just watched you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This was AD versus TSK. I forgot what their name stood for, but it stood for something awesome. So you guys should definitely go look them up. If you guys enjoy my casting and want to go check out some of my other stuff, you can check out my YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBlu Dota. And you can also check out my Twitter, or follow me on Twitter if you want to, at CulBluDota. Whenever I post a video, I tweet it, so you'll know when I post things. And that's really about it. There's also Casters Network, which if you guys are aspiring casters or such, or maybe just looking for some new casting talent, you can check out the Casters Network YouTube page, which is youtube.com/CASNETYT. That's CastNetYT for YouTube. Check it out. It's freaking awesome stuff. It's a group created to help casters come together, collect, collaborate, and create with one another. And insert sales pitch here. So like I said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there because I don't want to bore you guys too much with details. Hope you guys enjoyed the game as much as I did. And as always, I'll see you guys whenever.